Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching yet another episode of Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Monday night, and you know what that means. It's time for your weekly WWE Monday Night Raw Event Center report. And now here is the man to give you that report, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. That's right. You saw my new intro. As you know, the Raw, this is the Raw after Backlash. It'll be the Fallout after Backlash. And as you can see, like I said, from my new thumbnail, the new intro, Damage Control is now part of Monday Night Raw. That's right. As you know, so next up, the next PLE event is the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. First round matches, 3 from each side. As you know, they're having a Raw. The winner of the Raw and SmackDown tournaments will face off. 2 weeks from this Saturday, actually, at the King of the Ring in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. As you know, they're still in that deal with the WWE that the former owner Vince McMahon has gotten the WWE into. Unfortunately, they can't get themselves out of the deal, despite the fact that Vince McMahon is no longer with the company. So that puts them, and I'm sure they would, but I'm sure the folks in Saudi Arabia has got them locked in. I don't know what's going on, but that's the way it is, folks. Judgment Day is kicked off. Judgment Day kicks off Monday Night Raw. As you know, Damian Priest is still champion after retaining the title from Jey Uso. And let me try it. All right, check 1 2. All right, I want to make sure. I thought I was frozen in there for a second there. Judgment Day kicked off Monday Night Raw to address the title defense against Jey Uso. It was successful for Damian Priest. And JD and Finn Balor did apologize, but Damian Priest says, "Oh, good. I'm still the world champ. That's what's important." And then they were talking about the King of the Ring, and come to find out, Drew McIntyre was not medically cleared to compete. So Finn Balor thinks he's going to skate by in the first round. No. Adam Pearce comes out and says, "I run Monday Night Raw. I'm the GM, and you're not skating by. I got a replacement." And it was none other than the main event, Jey Uso. So Jey Uso and Finn Balor did fight it out. Heck of a matchup between the two, but in the end, Jey Uso did end up winning the matchup. So he'll be advancing against the winner of the Ricochet Ilya Dragunov match that takes place later today. But McIntyre did show up the ringside. Oh, me and words lately. Come on, Lord, give me wisdom here. It's been like that. Anyways, McIntyre did show up at ringside during the matchup, trying to distract Jey Uso, but Jey Uso conquered that distraction and ended up defeating Finn Balor. Meanwhile, as after commercial, Paige confirms McIntyre says, "Hey, listen, you're not medically cleared to compete." He says he doesn't care, and then he decides, well, he's going to take off. So he takes off, and CM Punk pulls up seconds after McIntyre leaves. He apologizes for Pierce being late because I think all weekend long he was. So my friend Thomas Willis joked that he was living in the WWE headquarters. Probably for a short term because he was locked inside the WWE headquarters. Who's pulling that practical joke on him? The Young Bucks? Anyways, excuse me, I can't reach. I gotta reach my back. So anyways, he explained to Pierce what happened, and Adam Pierce says, "I haven't played my music. I gotta say something." So he does say something, and he does say something, and he's calling out Drew McIntyre. And anybody, Pat, talks to Pat McAfee. Anybody out there, tweet him right now. Tell him I'm here. Come calling him out. So he calls out McIntyre, and I tweeted him. No response whatsoever. Not yet, anyways. Then he says he'll be here all day until he accepts the challenge. So, but then his music plays, nothing happened. Kathy Kelly interviewed Ricochet, and Ricochet was talking about his match against Ilya Dragunov, and then Braun Strowman interrupted him and said, "Hey, what's up? It's great to see you again." And then Jackie Redmond goes, Kathy Kelly goes, "Why'd you deal with Judgment Day? Because they're bullies, and now I can't stand bullies." So, so that's why I dealt with. But all tonight, it's all about him. Best of luck to you. Go get him. Win it. So Ricochet says, "Thank you." So the Queen of the Ring first round matchup is a dream matchup. Natalia, who I have the honor of still following me on Twitter, aka X, against one of my favorite Japanese women's wrestlers, Io Sky. It was tough for me to root for either lady. And this matchup was great. You know, Natalia, known for her submission style, ground attacks, Io Sky for her aerial attacks, lightning speed, quickness. And, you know, and Natalia has her father's power on her side as well. So Natalia tried the ground-based attack, and Io tried to do that, tried to match that, but couldn't do. She's known for her quickness, her smart, her wisdom in the ring there, and her ring awareness. Io Sky ended up using that to her advantage. Outsmarted Natalia, hit the over the moonsault, 1, 2, 3. Io Sky advances to the second round of the tournament, the quarterfinals, where she meets the winner of the Shayna Baszler-Zelina Vega matchup. As you know, Io Sky has history with both ladies. In fact, Zelina Vega did challenge Io Sky in Backlash France, I believe. No. She faced Io Sky one-on-one before, I think. Well, it wasn't for the title, because Backlash was in February. It was in May. So, because Io Sky did not win the title until SummerSlam last year. That's right. So, but Io Sky did end up winning that matchup. But we come to find out that Asuka's been injured as well, not medically cleared to compete. So Dakota Kai will be taking her place as she does battle with the newcomer from NXT, drafted to Monday Night Raw, Miss Lyra Valkyria. And then Dakota Kai addresses Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and then they address Becky Lynch. But then the second match for the King of the Ring first round, it is Ricochet versus Ilya Dragunov, and this was a heck of a matchup. You know, Ilya Dragunov again is more, you know, it's like Natalia and Io. Ricochet's like Io, you know, high flying skills, and Dragunov is like Natalia, ground based attacks, and in this case, Dragunov knew, the Mad Dragon knew when to ground Ricochet during the matchup, and ends up with 2 H-bombs to win the matchup and advancing against main event Jey Uso in the quarterfinals. Holy mackerel, that's gonna be a heck of a matchup. The Yeet King versus the Mad Dragon in the second round. And then Jackie Redmond interviewed Sheamus about his battle against Gunther, and they're running it back one more time to advance in the tournament of the King of the Ring. Now the Queen of the Ring second matchup, Ivy Now versus Zoe Stark. This is a matchup that could have gone either way. Excellent matchup overall. But Zoe Stark did pick up the victory. She will face the winner of the Lyra Valkyria Dakota Kai matchup. And R-Truth was talking to Anna Pierce about defending the tag team titles against the Yukon Huskies basketball team. That's R-Truth out of his mind. Even Dan Hurley, who is the Yukon coach, and the Miz interrupted them and said, "Hey, how about this for a matchup?" They're trying to explain the truth. It's a basketball team. Oh, poor Miz. Miz, I feel for you, brother. Well, I loved R-Truth, though. He's hilarious. I'm like, okay. They're a basketball team, not a wrestling team. So, come on. Truth, we got to talk about this. And the coach went with them. It was so cool. Then Braun Breaker talks to Anna Pierce and says, "Why am I not in the King of the Ring tournament?" So we'll have an office. We'll have a talk. I say this. Put Braun Breaker in a matchup for the Intercontinental title. I'll explain what's going on. Balor is upset with himself. Judgment Day is consoling him, and then they address Braun Strowman. So we'll take care of the situation. JD McDonough, you have to take care of him. They're all looking at JD's like, what? And then Dominic Mysterio brings in Carlito and said, "Listen, I need your help against Rey Mysterio. That's in the past. I'll scratch my butt." And then Damian Priest, let's get him out of here. Damian Priest, you might need the help because right now Dominic can't get you any help. And you say you're the most dominant faction in wrestling. You got the LWO to contend with. They're probably could come down, jumping down your throat. If I were you, Damian Priest, I'd watch myself. With the words. Well, Chad Gable and Bronson Reed battle it out, and probably the winner of that match will face Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. But the Intercontinental Champion, Sami Zayn, during the matchup, attacks both Gable and Reed, rendering this match a no contest. But then Reed ends up Bronson Reed stands up tall after knocking down Zayn and Gable, and Pierce confronts him at gorilla position, berates him a little bit because you got to do something about it. You're the GM. So what happens? Well, we'll find out later on. Lyra Valkyria addresses being on Raw and the Queen of the Ring tournament. This is the way I make my mark. I'm going to look forward to it. Gunther does respond to Sheamus, and Sheamus, well, Gunther, well, he aims to be king of the ring. Michael Cole decided to have a sit-down interview with Becky Lynch in the middle of the ring, and they would talk in Hartford. Becky Lynch was talking about the hat that she wore at the Kentucky Derby, and then she mentioned all the women in the division, and Liv Morgan comes out and says, you didn't even mention me, I'm the one that took out Rhea Ripley and all that. And he says, you're welcome. But then while the two are about to jaw jack, Damage Control interrupts both ladies, and they said, after you're done with each other, we're coming after that championship. So they surround Morgan and Lynch Shield style, but then Liv Morgan retreated from the ring, says, not my problem, and they started jumping on Becky Lynch, but then Lyra Valkyria came out to make the save, questioning Liv Morgan, why didn't you come to her aid and all that. Well, attitude and egos will do that to you. But then Jackie Redmond interviews Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn says, you know what? We got something personal between me and Gable, and we'll get the business side of it. I got one way to solve it. Triple threat match, Intercontinental title in Saudi Arabia. Queen of the Ring. So matches are being made. In fact, also, Liv Morgan did challenge Lynch to a matchup, and Lynch goes, you and I at the King and the Queen of the Ring tournament at Saudi Arabia. So there's another matchup right there. But then, speaking of the Queen of the Ring, the third first round matchup, Lyra Valkyria debuting her first match on Raw against Dakota Kai, replacing Asuka in the tournament due to Asuka's injury. Heck of a match between both ladies, and Lyra Valkyria hit the Nightwish on Kai. 1, 2, 3, Valkyria does advance and will face Zoe Stark in the second round of the tournament, while Io Sky will await the winner of Shayna Baszler versus Zelina Vega to advance to the second round or the quarterfinals. Actually, over the semifinals, excuse me. And Kofi Kingston addressed Gunther and Rey Mysterio. Kofi Kingston, now Xavier Woods originally was supposed to be in the tournament, but after Gunther's attack in the matchup, Xavier Woods not medically cleared. Kofi Kingston replaces him in the tournament. Also, he has to face Rey Mysterio, and it's really tough on him because Rey Mysterio is one of his favorite people growing up. So he's going to have to win it for Woods. That's what he wants to do. King of the Ring, the first round, the third one, the main event, Sheamus versus Gunther. It's a Big E special. That's right, big meaty men slapping meat. Heck of a matchup, chop fest between those two. It turns Sheamus' chest beat red. Ludwig Kaiser gets involved by attacking Sheamus during the match. Referee catches him and ejects him from ringside. But despite that, Gunther ends up winning a matchup of the big men and advances in the tournament to face to face the winner, I believe, of Kofi Kingston and Rey Mysterio. That's going to be very interesting for sure. We'll find out what the SmackDown side of the bracket is this coming Friday, but however, tomorrow we got Trebek Tuesday and NXT. Really excited about it. So, episode 1391 is complete. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I'm at 281 subscribers now. I only need 19 more, guys. You know, I'm not asking much because I know subscribers don't come quick like that, and I don't expect it to. So anybody you know out there that that wants to watch my channel and knows me, tell everybody you know about this channel, please. You know, if you like this video, please like it. Give it a subscribe. Give it a subscribe. Any questions, please, in the comments. That'd be great. I'll try to answer them as best I can. So I'll talk about the SmackDown side from the fallout from Backlash this coming Friday. So that's all the time we have on the show. Thank you for tuning in. And until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, doing for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.